Hey book friends, welcome to this birthday book haul. It's my first birthday book haul. I took advantage of the fully booked 20% discount that you can get on your birthday week. And boy, was it a great haul for me. It was a great time for me to just pick stuff up and buy these books guilt-free because they're free. Because my family gifted me these books. So that's pretty exciting. Okay, so I have a total of 9 books to talk about. So let's get started. The first book is Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. And this is about a cafe where you can sit on a particular seat and go back in time. But the catch is you can only go back in time for as long as the coffee is warm. Because once the coffee gets cold, you have to go back to the present. And it surrounds stories of people who meet. So there are 4 stories in here. There's one about 2 lovers, one about a husband and a wife, one about a mother and a child, I believe, and 2 sisters. Okay, the next book that I got is Alice Feeney's Daisy Darker, which is a new release, and it is a whodunit. Well, not really whodunit. It's a mystery thriller about this granny who celebrated her 80th birthday, and her family comes and visit her in this island. When midnight struck, the grandma died, and then after an hour or so, another family member died, and so on, and they get picked off one by one. The story is very reminiscent of And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. So they are a dysfunctional family, so there are secrets, and since Alice Feeney writes plot twists that are out of left field, I want to see if I can guess it, but probably not. Okay, so the next books that I got are Sally Rooney books, Conversations with Friends and Beautiful World, Where Are You? And basically this is a story about a girl getting involved with a married man and they become painfully intimate. And this one is about, they're not couples, but there's like 2 boys and 2 girls. They get involved with each other and that's it. You know, Sally Rooney books are character driven. I'm not really expecting so much mind-blowing plot, but I'm really here for the prose, and I really love normal people. So, and you know, the narrative style of Sally Rooney. So I'm very excited to pick these up. And this was given to me actually by my mother-in-law. So she signed it. I forgot to mention that Before the Coffee Gets Cold was also dedicated to me or signed by my brother. Yes, I love it when people write dedications on the books that they give me. Okay, the next book is The Push by Audrain. And this is a book about a mother who feels like there's something wrong with her because she doesn't feel love towards her daughter. She finds it really strange. She doesn't have that like motherly instinct that she was expecting she would have when she gave birth to her. But then she gives birth to a son, and with the son she feels that motherly love. So now she's thinking, why don't I feel the same for my daughter? So this is a psychological thriller. Something's gonna happen eventually, and I don't know what it is. I don't want to speculate too much. This book is from my mom, by the way. No dedication yet. Okay, the next book is a very popular book, The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. And I don't know anything about Achilles except Achilles' heel, because that's where he was. So we call that the Achilles heel because that's where he was shot by an arrow, and that's his weakness. And the Song of Achilles, I feel like, is going to be this lyrical Greek mythology retelling. So about Achilles and Patroclus, which I have never heard of before, but I read the first few lines online to see if, you know, just to get a taste of Madeline Miller's writing. And I think this is going to be perfect for when I want to read something fantastical and beautiful, and I hope I enjoy this as much as a lot of people did. Okay, the next book is Forever Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It's about this girl who meets this guy. They fall in love real fast. They elope, and then he dies. And then when he died suddenly, of course, the guy's mother comes and she meets the main character for the first time. They meet each other for the first time, and it's all about their healing and grieving and how they form a relationship based on their love for the son and for the, for the boyfriend. I don't know what to expect, but because it's TJR, I know I'm gonna love it. So let's just leave it at that. Oh, I didn't mention Song of Achilles was from my dad. Second to the last book is The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. I've never heard a single bad thing about this book, and I've always wanted to pick it up, but it was too expensive. But since now I had a chance to buy it as a birthday gift, I did it, finally. It's basically about a social worker for magical children. So he goes to this orphanage, and he meets this orphanage owner, and he is willing to risk everything for these children, and I think he has some kind of secret as well. But people just say this is heartwarming, and I read a few lines at the beginning too, and it seems very endearing and very charming right from the beginning. So that's why I feel like I would like this as well. The last book that I'm gonna show you guys is The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axio. I've read a book by Axio called XOXO, and it was a contemporary romance about a K-pop idol and this regular teenage girl, and I didn't like it, but I thought I should give Axio another chance with her fantasy book. And let's face it, I bought it for the cover. Okay, I'll be honest, I bought it for the cover. But the story also sounds interesting because it's about this village which always like gets huge storms, terrible storms, because they think that the sea god is angry with them. So each year they sacrifice a maiden to the sea to see if that maiden would appease his anger. So we have the most beautiful maiden in that village, and she was going to be sacrificed. And the main character's brother, loves that maiden so much that he tried to interfere with her sacrifice. And our main character knows that if her brother interferes with that sacrifice, he will also be punished or killed or whatever. Something bad's gonna happen to him. And because she loves her brother, she instead throws herself into the sea as a sacrifice. And so when she gets underneath the sea or beneath the sea, she sees that the sea god is actually sleeping, and then she sees another guy and other creatures, and she asks for their help to wake the sea god up. But there are other creatures also beneath the sea who don't want him to wake up at all. So there's some mystery in that. I think this is a standalone. Okay, it's actually pretty short as well. The text is like, the chapters are super short and the text is very small. I mean, big, large print. So I hope I enjoy this, and this was dedicated or also bought by my husband for me, and he has a long dedication right there. I am very excited to read all of these books. I've already started on Before the Coffee Gets Cold because it's the shortest and I was most intrigued by that. But before I get to my other books in my shelf, I swear or not really swear, but most likely I'll be reading from this pile first. So thank you so much for watching this birthday book haul, and I'm very excited to do this again next year. I'm gonna save up for my birthday because the 20% discount is actually legit, feels good. So thank you, and I'll see you again next time, hopefully. Bye.